Dana, it seems like it's never uneventful here in New York. Talk to me about your morning. It all did work out.
Yeah, no, everything was good. You know, if I was hearing reports that Cormier wouldn't make weight. He made weight. You know, I started seeing online that the Cavillo Gonzalez fight was off. Not true either. You know, everybody needs to stop jumping. Everybody in this sport is so anxious to get the scoop and be first and to put something out. Don't believe what you read until you hear it from us. When you see a statement from me or the UFC, then it's real, then it's true.
I love that. Let's go with that, MMA media. Let's talk about this main event, though. This is a fight that fans have been wanting to see since the first one happened in 2015. Daniel Cormier has spent a lot of time in the octagon since that first matchup. Rumble has had 3 very quick and easy knockouts. Talk to me about what you see in this main event.
Yeah, you know, the thing that's going to make a difference in this fight from the first fight is, has Anthony Johnson learned from the first fight what he did wrong, what he didn't possess when he went into that fight, and you know, can he fix it against Cormier? Cormier is an absolute beast. I don't think people give him enough credit. Guy's 38 years old and still the world champion, still competing at this level, still dominating. You know, he is an absolute freak of nature.
Yeah, it's going to be a great main event. Before I let you go, we have to touch on this co-main event. Joe Rogan on stage said it might be one of the most important fights in middleweight history. Gegard Mousasi, Chris Weidman. Are you excited for this one?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm excited for this whole card. I'm glad to see Pitbull back. You know, that's an interesting fight. I'm all about these women that are fighting on this card. That's why they're on the main event. And obviously the co-main event is awesome. You know, 2 guys who are ranked, I think they're 5 and 6. And, you know, it is a very important fight for this division right now. Obviously, everybody knows what Chris Weidman has accomplished in his career, the type of people that he beat. You know, he's been on a slump. He says he's never felt better than he did in this camp. He's mentally, physically, emotionally ready. And Gegard Mousasi is a guy who's been around for a long time and is looking for the credit he feels he deserves. Well, beat Chris Weidman and you're on your way.
All right, great matchmaking on this card. Thank you so much for your time, Dana. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks. Karen, back to you. Rumble, I know you want to put it behind you, but I've got to ask you, were you aware of what was happening with Daniel Cormier before you weighed in?
No, I wasn't aware. I mean, you know what? I've been getting texts left and right. It's nothing that, it's not a big deal right now. We'll handle everything after the fight. Right now, I got to stay positive and focus on the fight, and that's it.
Yeah, you're doing that, but you did weigh in last with about a minute to spare. Was there a plan behind that, or were you just taking your time with the weight cut?
Definitely wasn't taking my time. My scale was off by like a pound and a half, 2 pounds. So that's why I weighed in at 203. It wasn't on purpose.
So I got to imagine not pleased with cutting the extra weight.
No, but, you know, it made me look good in the process with everything that happened. But you know what? I'm just going to focus on the fight and not worry about anything else.
Let's talk about the fight. Daniel Cormier believes that you have evolved since your first meeting in 2015. How do you believe he's changed as a fighter?
He's the champion. He's evolving in every way possible. He has to stay the champ. So I guess we'll find out.
Your last couple of fights have all ended in very quick knockouts. Is that what you believe will happen?
I don't know. I'm just here to fight, and whatever happens, happens. That's it.
Thank you so much for your time. This is going to be a great main event. Best of luck to you, Rumble.
Thank you.
Thank you. Karen, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Megan. Guys, with DC's struggles today, you know, we see that Rumble looked really, really ready. Does it kind of kick him up an extra notch and sort of make him like a predator going in for the wounded prey?
I think it does. And I think it shows that he put all that extra work into his camp. I mean, coming in at 203.8. I mean, obviously, he did the work.
Yeah, he's focused. He did the work. I mean, he's in the room. He doesn't know his scale is off, but he's willing to do the work, and he shows up a little bit under. I mean, he's ready to go.
All right, well, we know even the very first fight, like I said before, it only took Rumble 30 seconds to land that punch that sent DC flying. So was that the only thing that he did well? What else should he repeat from their first outing tomorrow night?
Well, he's got to continue to change up his game. He used all of his skills, but he didn't chain them together. He used his wrestling and took DC down in the second round. He used his kickboxing and threw some high kicks and landed some shots. What he's got to do is he's got to put those things together. When he wrestles, he's got to go to punching to when DC starts building up. He's got to change the game up on DC and take advantage of his power at every opportunity he can.
He needs to take advantage of his power and his speed. He was significantly faster than Daniel Cormier. So if Daniel's in front of him, throw those combinations and throw them fast.
Well, let's talk about that power, though, because basically anything Rumble hits, he usually destroys.
Yeah.
Last 5 wins came by knockout, including his last 3 bouts that all ended with Johnson also getting extra $50,000 for a performance of the night bonus. So, Eve, what is it about him, though? Is it just a natural gift, or is there something about his technique that gives him a power advantage?
Well, Anthony Johnson has always been a powerful guy. He does have a natural gift for the power, but he sits down on his shots. He sits down, he plants his feet, and he throws hard bombs at your head. When Anthony Johnson is able to get you in front of him, he's going to be a guy that's so dangerous, you do not want to be there. It's like getting hit with a Mack truck.
You know, when you look at all the great champions in mixed martial arts, they all possessed one skill that was above everyone else in their division, whether you're talking about George St. Pierre and his wrestling skill, you know, John Jones and his reach. You know, Anthony Johnson has that special skill, and it is his power. He hits harder than anyone out there. So he has that ability to stop a fight with one shot.